ever feel like you're kind of stuck? You know, like job's okay, routine's predictable, but there's this tiny voice in your head going, is this all there is?
Yeah, that feeling.
Well, get this. We stumbled on this English learning podcast, English Dose. And
English dose.
yeah. And they had this episode about the dangers of comfort. Like, seriously dangerous. I thought, we got to deep dive into this because this isn't just about language, right? This is about life.
Absolutely. Comfort zones, they can be sneaky.
Totally. The podcast had this brilliant analogy. They said comfort's like a muscle.
A muscle.
Yeah. If you don't challenge it, what happens?
It atrophies, right? Gets weak.
Exactly. And they were saying the same thing happens to our brains, something about neuroplasticity.
Ah, neuroplasticity. Yeah, it's a big word.
Yeah.
But basically means our brains can, like, rewire themselves. They change based on what we do.
So, like, if we're always doing the same old,
the brain's like, okay, cool, I've mastered this. Time to chill. No growth.
right, like those London cab drivers. I read about them somewhere. They got to memorize this crazy map of the city.
Yeah, and their hippocampuses, that part of the brain for memory, it actually grows, physically gets bigger because they're pushing themselves.
So crazy. So yeah, English Dose was totally spot on, saying comfort kills growth. And then they asked this question that kind of hit me hard. They said, what dreams have you put on hold because you're scared?
Oh, that's a deep one. Makes you think, right?
Totally. And it's not just those big, huge dreams, you know? Like, it could be anything. Like, I always wanted to try pottery, but what if I suck at it? You know?
Right. That fear of discomfort, fear of failure, holds us back from so much.
And the podcast was saying discomfort's the key to success.
Yeah.
They were like, every successful person, you look at their story, it's full of uncomfortable moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Think of any entrepreneur, any athlete. They all hit bumps in the road. Failure, setbacks. That's part of the journey.
Like Oprah. She had a tough upbringing. And J.K. Rowling, her first Harry Potter book, got rejected like a gazillion times.
Exactly. They didn't let those tough times stop them.
So how do we like break out of this comfort trap? English Dose had some tips.
Oh, yeah, they had some good ones.
Like doing one uncomfortable thing every day. That's kind of cool, right? Manageable.
Yeah, baby steps.
Uh-huh.
What resonated with you?
Well, they talked about setting clear goals. Which, duh, right? But sometimes I forget that. Like, if you know what you're aiming for.
You're more likely to push yourself to get there.
Yep. And the people around us, too. They said surrounding yourself with the right people is huge.
Totally. That support system, it makes a difference, makes it easier to face those uncomfortable moments.
So to everyone listening, think about it. What's one tiny step outside your comfort zone that you could take today? Could be anything, like sending that email you've been putting off.
Or finally having that tough conversation you've been avoiding.
Yeah. We're signing up for that pottery class.
Yeah.
So even though English Dose is all about language,
Yeah.
it made us think about
life. Where else are we getting too comfortable? That's the real question.
Right. So much to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And remember,
Growth happens outside that comfort zone.
exactly. Push those boundaries. Until next time, folks, keep challenging yourselves.